right, as soon as I see that little thing come off, we're good to go. Starting. Hey guys, and welcome to Tutorial Grid Live, the 1 hour creation. And on this awesome 1 hour creation, we are going to be creating the upside down from Stranger Things. All right, now just to see what we're doing here is we're doing something for the Mike and Gary channel. And if some of you guys might know or might possibly not know, I do a lot of stuff with the Mike and Gary crew. And we do some funny skits together and doing all these great, weird things. Usually do with video games, but this is something different. So this is what we're going to be doing. We've got the Demogorgon, and we're going to be creating the Upside Down. Now, what he's doing is something that the Upside Down people might not possibly, be... It's not normal. So what we're going to be doing is we're going to do the upside down. So what that is going to entail, it looks like we've got some motion tracking on this shot. I've got 1, 2, 3. I've got 8 shots to do. So we're going to do some motion tracking. We're doing some color grading, and as well as putting in the particle effect from the upside down. So yeah, that's what we're going to be doing today. So make sure to share and do all that fun stuff. Hi, Rob. I'm sure you do have a belly button, and I'd like to see it. Okay, so let's go ahead and get started, shall we? All right, I'm going to go ahead and put this into half stream or a third stream. And we're going to go ahead and get started. All right, let's do... First of all, make sure our layer is selected. And we'll do camera tracker, 3D camera tracker. And it's going to analyze. Yeah, because I have a LUT on here. So I'm going to go ahead and just turn the LUT off for now. Put that on top of it. So, how's everybody doing tonight? I hope everybody's doing swell. If you have any questions along the way, please ask them. I'm going to go ahead and get this chat started. Hey, there's somebody going. Hey, how's it going? Hey. Welcome to the stream, Knives Effects. Welcome. Glad you're here. We're doing the upside down stuff today, so this should be a lot of fun. We're analyzing. We've got about 10 seconds left for what looks like a 1, 2, 3.5 second clip. We've got 8 of them. So what we're probably going to do is we're going to focus on one clip. If we have time, we'll do the second clip, and then I'm just going to do the rest of them. Unable to solve camera for this frame. I wonder why that is. Let's try doing this. Full, advanced, auto detect, typical, detailed analysis, and try it again. I got one person watching me. Hello, person on YouTube. Who's watching me on Facebook Live? One person. Oh, why am I getting so many mad? I have people giving me mad, angry people. Don't give me mad. Oh, sad. Now they're sad. Give me happy. I want happy, not meh. Sad. Okay, so we're analyzing this in the background. We've got 18, 17, 16, 15. Aww. Let's go. Come on. This is the longest part because, like, you really, literally can't do anything, which kind of sucks. Solving camera. Hopefully it works. If not, yeah, awesome. All right, so we've got a tracker point here. Maybe. Let's see here. Let's select our camera tracker. There they are. Okay, so these are our frames right here that are constantly in motion. So yeah. So what we're going to do is I'm going to create a camera based off of this object right here. Let's do create null and camera. Boom. Cool. All right, let's see if we got anything else. We're going to move on. Oh, sad face again. Come on, give me some happy faces. Okay, so we've got that, and that's what our camera is hopefully going to be looking at. If not, we're going to have to do some things to get that started. All right, so the next thing we're going to do is going to go to layer, new, solid, black. Make sure it's a black solid. We're going to type in particle. Boom, and that ruins our footage. Not really. Oops. Trap code. It would help if I just type in particular. Boom. Oh, and that's what it looks at. Okay, yeah, we're gonna have to do something completely different because that's what the camera's focusing on. Damn it. I knew that would happen. Okay, so what we're gonna have to do is delete that. And let's hit P for position. Pull down this. All right. It's going to be a little bit longer than I thought. All right, let's see here. This moves, doesn't it? Yes, it does. And so does the 3D camera. But the 3D camera only looks at certain things. So we're probably going to have to do... we'll probably have to animate the literal space or completely create a different 3D camera. Or mimic the 3D camera because there's just a lot of movement and it's hard to look at through this thing. So if I had Beaujeu, it would be able to do it a lot quicker, but I currently don't have that installed on my computer. This is gonna suck. Okay, let's go ahead and go in here and start messing with our particle. So in the upside down, they are fairly like weird looking, like fluffy particles, I think. So let's go ahead and do continuous point. Let's do grid. And I want to make sure that these particles are fairly large. Well, not large, but they take up the whole screen. So let's do emitter size X. And emitter size Y. Make sure they take up the whole screen, as well as move this down so everything's kind of going all at once. And I want the emitter to, I guess, start from the bottom, but it kind of doesn't really matter because, yeah, it doesn't really freaking matter because they're just going to emit virtually everywhere. Okay, so I don't want to do grid, actually. I want to do box. There we go. It's going to be much better. Okay, so they're going to be a little bit slower. So we're going to do velocity like 30. Maybe not. Maybe a little more than that. Okay, yeah, that's a little better. Let's move this up. Make sure it puts in on the whole deal. All right, let's do something a little different. Let's try this. Instead of Y being so large, I'm going to bring this down. Push this to the bottom. So position Y. Because I don't really want them to emit on the screen, but I want them to come up from the screen. Okay, so let's go into the particle. Let's do life. We've got 3 seconds, so I'm just going to say 5. Okay, there's that. Let's put our emitter just a little bit higher. So we might be able to see it a little earlier, maybe. All right, about right there. Okay. And what we're probably going to do is move this over so they're just kind of on screen for quite a while. So 40, we'll just put this on for 60 seconds. We're also going to go into the physics, gravity, and do like negative 20. Nope. Let's do negative like 5. It's a little much. Maybe negative 2. Okay, that's looking pretty good right there. It's not terrible. Maybe just like negative 1. That's better. Okay, so we've got that. Let's push this up to where it's going to fill the entire screen here. That might take a while. Since they're moving at such a slow rate. Also, so since they're all kind of like the same size, I'm also going to have to change that, but I kind of wanted to get the particle emitter down just a bit. That way I can make this get the look pretty patted down. All right, so there's that. Cool. All right, now size Z. So there's a lot of particles in here. I want to do maybe like 50, actually maybe less than that, maybe like 25. All right, if I do this, this is just going to look awful, right? Oh, wow, that actually kind of worked. Huh, that actually worked out in my favor. Cool, because it just moves ever so slightly. So that's kind of perfect. All right, so the next thing we're going to do, I'm going to do Z size, just to kind of give this some depth. So I'm going to get some particles close to me and some particles kind of further away. Push that Z depth about right here. I also want to do the particle random. Let's do, or size random. Size random up. Okay. Let's do size maybe 8. And also I want to make these kind of like a cloudlet. Right? And I'm going to feather the crap out of them. And turn down the opacity. Okay, so something about like that. And now that looks awful for some reason. Yeah, that didn't work out in my favor at all. Let's do this. Since I pushed that into Z space. Yeah, since I pushed that into Z space, that made that look absolutely terrible. So now, for some reason, even if I get rid of that camera, the particle layer is still like, oh gosh, this is going to be bad. All right. What the heck, dude? Come on. Delete. All right, maybe, yeah, 3D camera tracker. Let's just delete that. Oh, come on. I deleted your effects. The camera is no longer there. Hello, particle effect. I deleted your camera. Why are you still doing this to me? You make me sad. Well, it was working until I completely ruined it. So let's do... Maybe, yeah, that'll work. Just not so much of the Z depth. For some reason, it was like linked to some weird. Okay, yeah, that I don't know why. Maybe it was like my computer's been acting weird. I need to completely like disassemble it somehow and fix this. All right, there are a heck of a lot of particles on there. Let's do like 10. Still, that's a lot of particles, and it looks like dust. It's more like. Yeah, let's go into our effects builder and see if I got a better particle for this. Because that doesn't look good. Wonder. I bet I could make one. Let's do glass shards. That would work. Fire. Yes, fire would work. Smoke. Smoke would work. Clouds. I don't know. Maybe. Let's try it. I bet that won't work. So I'm just going to... I think this is probably what I'm going to have to deal with right now. But they do look like total like dust bunnies, like just hanging out, floating in the air. Let's do change the opacity just a little bit, so maybe this it's more like what the upside down would look like. And maybe, just maybe, we'll go and do some screenage. Some screenage. Okay, that doesn't look terrible. I think I'm going to move on from this. All right, I'm going to go ahead and save just in case my computer completely flips out. Pixelation Studios, hello. Welcome to the stream. Let's see who else we got on here. Oh, I got a few people watching me on Facebook. Hello, Facebook people. All right. Let's go ahead and let's go to layer, new adjustment layer. Since we're in After Effects, he already colored the footage, but I'm just going to go ahead and do it anyway. And that tree color right there. Save. And let's go into our project. I'm going to turn this into 16-bit because I'm a player like that. Basic conversions, creatives, and let's go ahead and kind of color this up just a bit. So this came in pretty bright. And the upside down is fairly dark. So we've got a lot of grain. I kind of want to take care of that. I'm going to go ahead and bring down the contrast quite a bit. About right there. Let's bring down those highlights. And let's see what this does if I take down these shadows here. Maybe bring up the shadows. Yeah, no. Take down the shadows, dude. Alright, there's that. Let's bring back the white. There's that. Let's do some black here and bring this down. That's a bit much. This is probably the most touchy of the coloring tools that Adobe has to offer, because it really just brings down like one little little minute level, and it really just kind of kills it all. So I think I'm just going to go ahead and just keep that at 0. Intensity. I want this to be just freaking intense. Let's copy up the, not copy up. Let's sharpen our footage here just a little bit. Let's turn up our vibrance. Bring back some of the color. Bring down our sat. All right, I want to change these highlights. So let me go ahead and look up some upside down pictures. Okay, we've got our highlights are that teal. So we're looking at, you know, the standard teal and orange kind of combo, but mostly the upside down is teal. So I'm going to kind of give it maybe a greenish highlight. And then really bring in my shadows to a blue. About right. Kind of like that. Okay. Now, this is my favorite part. So one of the awesome things I love about Lumetri, it gives you so many different color options, contrasting options, and like exposure options. Curves is always my favorite, but then you also have your color wheels. So if you are more comfortable with that, you can totally use that. I actually tend to use all three because they do so much different things. You can just have that extra oomph in your production, and you know, it just gives that little bit of extra. So I'm just going to bring a little bit of a darker pop here. And bring it down a bit. About right there. Bring up those highlights just ever so slightly back to about the norm. And notice that kind of kills out my grain just a little bit. And whenever you play this back, it probably won't be too bad. But I'm going to go ahead and just bring those darker levels just down just a little bit. About right. About right there. That way we don't have an absolute black on the screen, really. And it's, I mean, you can still see a little bit of noticeable grain. But yeah, I don't think it's going to be too bad whenever you play it back. Plus, I'm on like a 4K screen. Really, this right here is going to be the full frame. So you're really not going to see a lot of what's going on there. Okay, so that is kind of our teal look. I'm going to go ahead and color it a little bit more because it needs to be a little bit more blue. I'm going to go ahead and add that blue in. All right there. And bring up my green here. About to that same level. Bring it down, it's a little much. About right there. And I'm going to bring the green down out of my shadows just a little bit. Or maybe actually bring it up. See if I bring up the green in the shadow and bring it down to my highlights. Yeah, no, that's not going to work. About right there. I'm going to go ahead and tint this up just a little bit more on this end. All right, that's looking pretty good. Okay, the next thing we're going to do is just look at that ass. That's what we're going to do. Whoops. There you got a preview of things that are going to go on in the next Mike and Gary show video. All right. So we've got some red here. I want to make sure that's pretty prevalent. in the scene. So I'm going to go ahead and bring out the reds just a bit. Help give that pop. Just bring a little bit of that color back. And the next thing I love to do, okay, so this is usually my third and final stage, is I really kind of mess around with my exposure options with my color wheels. So again, I could go ahead and color this up a whole lot. So if I didn't get enough of that teal look in my highlights, I can just kind of bring this over and really bring in that teal with the highlight. So that brings that pop back, and it looks like we have an overall exposure. So where this highlight has been blown out, our teeth over here have been blown out. We have a highlight here that's been blown out. Now all those levels are back down into a visible spectrum, and we're coloring our dust particle footage. So it's going to make that just kind of blend into our look here. All right. Next thing, let's go ahead and see what our midtones are going to look like. Nope. Bring this down and cancel out some of this grain. There we go. Not absolute black. Looking good. And I don't think I'm going to do anything with our shadows except for, let's bring in some of this teal. That's a little much. Maybe a little bit of green. Nope. It's a little much. It doesn't really need a whole lot. There's a lot of shadows in this, so it really doesn't need a terrible amount of color. Bring it back. Right about there. Daniel, hey, welcome to the live stream, buddy. All right, so that's what we got here. So let's go ahead and look at what we've created. Go ahead and put this on like third so we can actually see what's going on. All right, so we've got our particles. I want to do one thing. So one thing that just kind of pisses me off, the fact that this camera tracker didn't work as good as I thought it would. I don't like the fact that our camera moves and our particles don't move. So I'm going to have to do this the hard way. And I'm going to switch some things up. So I'm going to turn this off. I'm going to turn our particle layer off, and I'm going to go and I'm going to create a null object. So layer, new, null object. And I'm going to go into my camera tracker somewhere right there. Get this guy, and I need to look at what is prominent in my footage at all times, which it looks to be nothing. Holy crap, this is gonna suck. And that's why I couldn't track. Okay, so it looks as if I've got one piece of footage. So I've got this corner right here that is always in frame, and that's what I'm gonna have to track. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do track motion. I'm going to turn this on to full, first of all, because you can't track the motion unless you are on full. Take this, move this over. I'm going to track this corner. Move this down. Now this might have a tough time too, because I've got this shoulder right here that is more than likely going to get in the way, and this is the same color gray as the shadow on this painting, so this might not go as good as I think it will. But anyway, I'm going to do it anyway because yeah, I believe, hey, looks like it's going to work. There's always a way. There is always a way. Oh, didn't work. Crap. Reset. It worked right up until the corner got into the frame. So let's see, how far does this get over? All right, yeah, I'm gonna have to track this corner because it's like the very final thing that gets out of frame. This needs to be a little bit smaller. I need to make sure I get that orange in there. All right, hopefully this one works. And I'm not even sure if this is going to work correctly, but I want to try. Nope. Didn't work either. So let's see here. Yeah, it stops at like right there. Because as soon as that gets out, frame, it gets ruined. Let's do that. Done. Boom. Got it. Okay. So that's that. So let's try going layer, new camera. So, okay. I'm not sure if this is going to work or not. So I might end up having to just animate the camera a little bit to kind of mimic what it does in the scene, because this is kind of pissing me off. Hey, why not choose a spot on the painting that's nearby? Oh, oops, that might not work either. Yeah, I did the spot on the painting, and it's this little bottom half over here. So hopefully that'll work. All right, so I've got my null object. I've got all my points on here. Maybe not. Where did my points go? WTF, it did that. All right, so either way, yeah, that kind of sucks. Okay, so let's do this. Copy. I'm not doing a very good job tonight. There we go. Motion trackers, tracker one point. Hopefully that does okay. Okay, yep, that's good. Not exactly what I wanted, but whatever. It works. All right, let's go. P for position. Motion tracker, tracker one, tracker point one. All right, so I'm going to position this. It might work. Again, it might work, it might not. Probably won't, but it's worth a shot. Let's do that. Temp data, comp. And hopefully that works. All right, turn the particle system on. Comp. All right, so it did work. I'm not sure what my particle system is doing now because I've got the movement. It's barely moving. Well, let's try this. This worked last time. Let's change this to, I don't know, 7. I'll completely change the scene. And hopefully, yep, that worked. Kind of. Nope. Okay, don't like it. So, yep. That was a waste of time. I'm going to get rid of this. I'm going to get rid of this. And now we just have our particle system back. Of course, I don't know what the heck is wrong with my computer. 12. For some reason, it's like caching, and I don't like it. It's like caching the movement, and even though I delete the thing, it's just like, yeah, I'm just going to stay here. Yeah. All right, so there's that. And I'm going to go ahead and turn my just layer back on. Turn my LUT back on. Get my LUT on. There's that. And I'm going to add this vignette just because I think everybody deserves an amazing vignette. Turn that on. Yeah. Negative value. Cool. All right. That's yeah, that's part one of the upside down. All right, we did that. I'll probably end up doing some more little things later, but let's move on. So we've got several other scenes to work with, which I'm probably going to use maybe this one. This one might be a little bit easier. Or I might do another one, but I don't want to give away the entire video because that would be cheating. Then you wouldn't want to watch the video. So I'm just going to work on these few shots here. So, okay, so we've got this one. This one should be fairly simple. Hopefully the camera tracker will work correctly. In a perfect world, it will work correctly. Go ahead and turn that off. So let's do track motion, stabilize motion, warp, stabilizer. No, I don't want you. Let's do camera tracker. And again, you're doing swell tonight. $2. Aw, thank you, Daniel. Thank you so much. You are amazing. I wish I could like that. How can I like this? I'm going to report you. No. I want to try. I wish there was like happy face little buttons like on Facebook. I really wish there were. All right. Analyzing. We're at 14, 55, 56, 58, 60, 61. Almost finished. Hopefully this camera tracker will track our motion. It's going to be like, oh my gosh, this worked. Solving camera. Don't focus on his arms, please, because that will make me sad. Solve the camera. Solve the camera. Solve the camera. What if I unsolve the camera? It's like unsolved mysteries. I'm going to unsolve the camera. All right, you've been solving. I'm ready for you to be solved, Mr. Camera. I don't need sound. Thank you. Do I need to turn you on and turn you off again? Nope, that didn't work. Come on, computer. Be nice to me. I've loved you for years. Please. Please solve. Okay, let's try this again. Man, my computer is not like having it tonight. Hello. Analyzing. Let's do advanced. Detailed analysis. It sounds like something from Star Trek. Computer, give me a detailed analysis on this asshole doing a bench press. Yes. Do it. Analyze the background. You're doing so well, computer. At this time, you can please give me messages. I'm going to type. Hi, people. Welcome to the stream. Oh yeah, by the way, fun fact, I am selling a amazing Samsung SSD 1 terabyte 850 EVO. That should be on my Facebook page if anybody's interested. I'm totally selling it and I will sign it. This was my mobile graphics unit, the hard drive of my mobile graphics unit that I just recently sold to a fan of the show. So, yeah, that was really, really kind of cool. I sold it to somebody who was a fan of my show. So, yeah, if you want one, have at it. I am selling it for like $250. Have to step away. We'll be back. Dishes. Aw, poor dishes. Okay, so we've got the camera. Let's go ahead and add layer, new. Hopefully this worked a little better. New, not solid. Actually, yeah, that was what I needed. Layer, new, solid, black, particle. Put on there. Particular. Boom. Adding the particular layer. Let's go ahead and see what this looks like with that on there. Cool. All right. That works. Cool. Okay, so the main thing that we're going to need to focus on this particle layer is stuff is going to be coming up from underneath. So instead of like going just completely up, it's got to go up and towards the camera. So that's going to be a fun adventure. So let's go ahead and get on it. So continuous, good, point, not good, box, great. So let's do position, no, emitter size X, completely full. Emitter size Y, not so much. I'm gonna go ahead and push this down. Whoops, too much. Push this down below the ground. I'm gonna put this about right there. That's good right there. Velocity like 30, I believe. Maybe 25. Looks good. Auxiliary system. Nope. Physics. Air, gravity. What was it? -1. Let's do -2. Okay, that looks good. Let's go ahead and push this quite a bit. I'm going to turn up my particle life. So life, I'm going to turn this up to like 60 seconds. I'm going to go ahead and make sure these particles fill my screen with love. Because that's what it's all about. It's all about love. Love and helping people. Fill my particle with love. Yeah, baby. There. Move this up. That's a lot of particles on the screen. I do not think there needs to be that many. There ain't too many particles in the world, man. Pull that up. Gotta make these things fill the screen with love and passion. Fill the screen with my passion. There we go. That sounds bad. All right. Do that. Particles 25. That's a bit much. Particles 15. Yeah, that looks good. And let's do some Z space. All right, there. Where's my emitter? I need to make sure. All right, that's looking okay. Let's do Z. Do a little less, maybe like 7. About right there, looks good. Let's do sphere, cloudlet, size 8. Let's do feather, 100%. Opacity 15, maybe less, maybe more. All right, there. Also add these to screen. Let's do size random. All right, that's just a little bit too big. Do I have things coming on the screen at that point? Yep, I do. Crap. I don't want things to just randomly appear. I think. Do they? Yeah, right there. That little guy right there randomly appears on my screen. Dang you, cloudlet thing. All right, push this down even lower than it already was. So I don't need any cloudlet things just appearing out of nowhere. All right, that works. I want to add some spin. So let's do like 1. So we'll just kind of go in some random order. Maybe a little bit more than that. Let's do 5. This way they kind of just give a little bit more oomph. Maybe a little more than that. Let's just go crazy. Let's go crazy. Let's do 30. That actually, let's do a little bit more crazy. It actually looks pretty good. Let's do 55. Okay, yeah, that's a little too much. Okay, let's go back to 40. Maybe that'll work. Perfect. All right, that's looking good. I'm gonna go ahead and hit save. Now, since we kind of have like the same lighting and I'm pretty sure nothing else changed, I'm just gonna go ahead and copy my color layer right here. I'm gonna paste that color layer right onto this footage. And it's going to automatically look sexy. And that's what we've created. We've created this awesome, sexy blue look with very little grain. We've got some nice color. We got this total Martha Stewart thing vibe going on. And this is looking really good. I like it. Maybe add a little bit more vignette. It's not as prevalent as it is in the last one. So I'm going to add some more vignette to this guy. Pull this down. Let's do like -10. There we go. That's better. Cool. Okay, that looks good. I'm going to turn this off 2 seconds. I forgot I need to do some wind towards me. So these needs to be blowing toward the camera. So let's see what happens if I add some Z. Let's do 7. Yeah, so those are going kind of up and toward the camera. Maybe a little smaller. Those just could look kind of dinky. Let's do like, let's do 5. Let's do the normal. And maybe a little less. So we've got 7 particles on our screen and that. Let's do particles. Let's do 5. All right, that looks pretty good. Since this isn't like a close-up shot, that's going to be fine. Okay, yeah, no, maybe they need be a little bit bigger now that there's much less of them. So let's do 6. Perfection. That looks great. Yeah, that looks pretty good. Cool. One thing I noticed, I've got some depth of field right here. Need to make sure to add that depth of field thing on my camera. And I just realized I totally didn't do the camera tracker until like just now. Yeah. So sometimes you just forget stuff, you know? Sometimes you just forget stuff. All right, 100. And that really didn't change a whole terrible lot, did it? Let's do like a focus distance. That didn't do a whole lot, did it? All right. I guess we don't need depth of field. I guess it doesn't work on the cloudlet layer. I'm going to have to change that. So more than likely, I'm going to create my own cloud layer. That way I can, hi Microsoft, go away. That way I can kind of change that and make some depth of field. So this has been fun. I'm going to go ahead and end it right here. So this is the final look for both of our little scenes here. I've got 6 more to go before my night is over. So I'm going to go ahead and end it since we're at like 49 minutes and 59 seconds on the YouTube live stream. So thank you so much for watching this cool, I guess, like, you know, tutorial slash Stranger Things Upside Down episode. This has been fun on the Tutorial Grid 1 Hour Creation. Please join me again next time, as I probably will be working back on the audio visualization that I was from a couple of weeks ago before I went on vacation. So make sure to check it out. Probably tomorrow, hopefully tomorrow. If not, make sure to keep up with the Facebook. So make sure to like me on Facebook at facebook.com/avidproductions479. Give me a like there. Make sure to like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And I'm definitely going to see you next time. So make sure to be there. I will see you all later.